Aloha and welcome to another segment of Stay at Home Blues and Oranges STEM Corner, brought to you by After School All-Stars Hawaii. My name is Tosa and I am the site coordinator at Kalakaua Middle School. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe, follow, and turn on notifications so you don't miss any of our new videos. Please also follow at All Stars Hawaii on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok to connect with us. In today's STEM Corner segment, we will be experimenting with ballistics, which is a subcategory under physics, and how we can create a catapult to launch yummy marshmallows at our target. We will be learning about angular momentum, aka the direction of launch, which is the angle made by an object when it is sent into motion based on its axis, weight, and gravitational forces, potential energy, aka the stretching and releasing of the rubber band, which allows an object to have energy based on its position rather than actual motion, and kinetic energy, aka the marshmallow flying in the air, which allows an object to possess energy simply because it is already in motion. So now that we have a little understanding of how ballistics in physics works, we are going to start with our catapult. While you're creating your catapult, I want you to pay attention to the frame build and how different areas of your catapult require weight, while other portions require force. I also want you to pay attention to the amount of force you are putting on the rubber band and how that can affect your launch. So for today's challenge, you only need a few things. First is a set of freshly washed hands. Second is a clean and open space. Third, you're going to need 13 pencils, around 20 to 25 pieces of string, cut around 1 foot, or rubber bands. If you have rubber bands, that would work even better, and you would need about 20 of those as well. You're also going to need extra hair rubber bands, similar to these right here. Or if you have extra rubber bands, you can use those as well. I like the hair rubber bands because they are stronger and they can make it go further. You're also going to need 4 to 5 marshmallows. Make sure you don't eat any that fall on the ground. They're really yummy. If you don't have marshmallows, you can also use a ball of paper or something equivalent. You're going to also need a piece of paper. I drew a target on mine. You can do any point system, it doesn't matter. I just did 10, 5, and 3. And you'll also need tape to secure your target to the wall behind you. I'm gonna let you guys pause here so you can go grab all of your items. Okay, so the first thing that we will be doing is we will be taking out 3 pencils from the group and 3 strings, and we will be securing the sides or ends of the pencils together in the shape of a triangle. We are going to repeat this process twice, so please make sure you're making both sides the same way. I'm going to make 1 pencil go behind the other 2, and this is how I will make the other side as well. I'm going to do this side and fast forward for the other, and we will be right back. So the next thing that we are going to be doing is we are going to be taking another pencil and 2 more strings, and we are going to be creating the base for our structure. As you can see, both frames on the side of my triangle have pencils that are on top, and how that is going to work is they are going to go on the inside of my frame. And so how I'm going to do this is I'm going to take this pencil and I'm going to secure it in between the 2 pencils. And how I know where my bottom is I like to use the erasers as kind of like grips on the bottom of the structure, just so that when I'm holding it in place, it's not slipping all over the place. You might not have a fabric surface, so it's important to make sure that you have as much anti-slip as possible. And how this is going to work is you just want to make sure that you're going around And you want to leave a piece of string. I don't know if you saw in my fast forward, but I always left a piece of string on the side so that I could tie the end to that piece of string. And this is really tricky. It's going to go all over the place. The pencils don't stay still, but I promise you the end result is so fun that it is totally worth it. And as you can see, I'm just kind of going everywhere. You want to make sure that you are securing the pencils as much as you can. And then you're going to, oh, that's too short. Just tie it off. But the tie is the most important because that's really what sets the frame. So make sure that you're tying it extra tight. Okay, so we are going to do the same thing to the other side. I'm going to take my string and try to make sure, again, you're leaving enough space. So once you have secured the top stick, you want to just go around and try to make it as square as possible. And again, you want to make the height of each stick relative to the access points the same. So in other words, the stick should be all resting on the same plane. And try to make it as square as possible. It's not going to be perfect, and that is okay. The next thing that I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be taking 2 more sticks, and we are going to be securing them on the sides, the middle of the sides. So it will end up looking like this. So you're going to have 3 triangles on the sides and a 4 bottom square with nothing in the middle. So I'm going to attach this. I'm going to fast forward, and I will be right back. Now you're going to take your remaining pencils. I have 3 remaining pencils, but I'm only going to use 2 of them. And I am going to secure my pencils next to each other. I'll move this out of the way so you guys can see. So I'm just gonna put my 2 pencils next to each other the exact same way. I'm gonna lay them in the middle of the string. Okay, and then I'm gonna chop off the itty bitties, and I am just collecting them all in one pile so that they do not go all over the house. So what I'm going to be doing with my launcher is I'm going to be attaching it to the base of the structure, and it doesn't matter which side you use. You can use this bar or this bar, but you do want to make sure that this is reinforced. So I did actually tie it again with 1 more set of string, just so that it would stay in place, and it will still move because of the wax coating on the pencil, but at least when you're pulling the lever back, it won't move so much. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my 2 rubber bands. Oh, there's a piece of itty bitties. And I'm going to take the rubber band, I'm going to place it underneath the middle bar of the pencil, and I'm going to loop it through like such. Then I'm going to take my launcher, and I'm actually going to place it through this whole loop right here. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the rubber band and pull it as tight as I can, and I'm just going to twist it multiple times around the base of the pencil so that it stays in place for the most part. It will again move because of the wax on the pencil, but we are going to repeat that same process on the top, but this time we are going to put this longer loop over the top of the pencil, and then when it launches like that. Ow. Watch out your finger, guys. Okay, now we are going to take one marshmallow and we're gonna eat it. And we're gonna take another marshmallow and we're gonna launch it. Let's try this out. All right. This marshmallow is good, guys. Remember, don't eat any marshmallows on the floor or that other people have touched. Okay, so I'm holding on the structure. I'm holding on to my pencil, and with my finger, I'm lightly holding on to the marshmallow. And oh, nice. It works. It is a success. All right, so now the challenge that I have for you, there are actually a few different challenges. The first one is to see how many points you can make up on the wall. So what you would do is you would place this on a firm surface that is equally about the same height as the target. You can put the target up a little bit higher, but you want to kind of keep it in the same plane. And you're going to shoot it to see how many points you can make out of, let's say, 5 marshmallows. So the best out of 5. You can do it by yourself. You can challenge yourself multiple times, or you can do it with a partner. I suggest doing it with a partner because it's way more fun and competitive. I've actually done this challenge with our mayor when he came to one of our galas a couple years ago, and he was very competitive and he won. Shout out to him for that. But that is the first challenge. And the second challenge would be distance. So seeing how far, the furthest one to shoot the marshmallow. I've seen these actually send marshmallows about maybe 10 feet. But those were really tiny ones. I don't know about bigger ones, so maybe that's something for you to figure out. Also trying to see if you can make the marshmallow land in the same place every time. That would be really cool. Again, you could set up like little different spots, and like depending on, maybe the spot could be red, the spot could be blue, and they could be worth different points, and how many ever marshmallows you can get into each spot. That's another way you could do it. But there are a lot of different ways that you can play with this catapult. Again, try to make sure that you do secure all the sides. I did secure a few of them again with extra string just so that they hold in place. But just have fun. We want to make sure that you guys are having fun, especially because school is almost over. So my question to you is, once you have played this, I want to know what your outcome was. What game did you play? How did you fare in that game? And if there are any tricks or tips that you used to change up the catapult, or even if you use different materials, let us know. Please share with us by commenting down below. And again, don't forget to share, follow, and comment on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok to connect with us. Have a great day. Aloha.